Hello everyone, how y'all doing? Hope you're having a great day so far. Welcome to the Demoscene report of the 24th of April 2025. This video summarizes all of the latest news and releases from the active demo scene. And what a busy week it has been. A revision just took place in Saarbrücken, Germany. Revision is the largest pure demo scene event in the world. We had over 800 visitors. I was there for the whole week helping organize a few things, so apologies for not being able to do a demo scene report last week, but now we are back with a lot of revision coverage. Hope you appreciate that. This week's report will focus on a few things that came out before revision. Then the Meteoriks Awards Laureates, which was one of the first things to take place at revision this year. The live shader coding events and the modern PC size coding competitions, 4K, 8K, and 64K. I'll leave the coverage of the other many revision competitions and events for next week's episode. As always, I will link everything that I talk about on the description below, so you can check things at your own leisure later on. So for now, just grab yourself a drink, sit back, relax, let's talk some demo scene. Kicking things off, the releases from RAM 3 are now available. RAM 3 is a small Amiga event that took place in Poland just 1 week before a revision. There was a single demo release by Luczek, also a couple of graphics entries that you can see here. Show them real quick for Commodore 64 and for Amiga as well. 4 game entries, which was pretty much the highlight of the event, to me at least. Sir Redford Knight's Adventure by Project Red winning that compo in particular. Then we also had a couple of music entries, X-Type won that one with triangles, and a wild compo entry with a few music entries and also a lot of videos. Invitation to Afterparty here, for example, some weird Christmas parody thing. Some video of their get-together, and the winner, Let's Dance by Sorden, editing together a few different party moments, including a trip to revision from last year, as far as I could understand from the video. So yeah, small little event in Poland just a few days before revision itself. Then there was an out-of-competition release for the MSX2 by Outer Heaven, supporting SceneCAT on his struggles. Blazon released a Still Standing demo celebrating their 30th anniversary. A few Atari folks released this massive music disc called Songs in the Key of YM as a tribute to mOdmate, who recently passed away. And I also spotted this release by Arwill for the obscure Kittenbot Meowbit console titled Meowbit Elite Intro. Always very interesting to see people making demos for some lesser known console platforms. What else do we have to report for this week? On previous episodes of Demoscene Report, I mentioned the relative scarceness of SDF tools, and someone pointed me out to this big SDFs thread as a good reference to find them all listed, so I thought I should share it with you. Will be relevant for anyone coding graphics on modern machines. In other news, Demoscene has now been recognized also in France as cultural heritage, having the same status now as Finland, Poland, Germany, Switzerland, the Netherlands, and also recently in Sweden, as I have previously reported. There was an online statement released by Critikill on the no-copy debate, now also extending to artificial intelligence, continuing the discussion of the role of AI tools in Demoscene graphics in particular. Then there was a new release of Demovibes, the popular series of mixtapes with Demoscene soundtracks. Demovibes number 15 was mixed by Air2K and is now available, so yeah, go listen. There was also a new release of Shader Minifier tool, version 1.5 was just released just in time for people wanting to save those extra bytes on their revision entries. And I also found this interesting library that allows you to code SNES ROMs using C#.net, which I thought some of you might find odd or interesting. And then, of course, revision took place this past week. Biggest Demoscene event of the year, as I previously mentioned, over 800 visitors, massive international organization effort, was happening not only in Saarbrücken, but also with half a dozen small satellite events all over the world, in Spain, Brazil, Japan, Russia, all over the place. It was a pretty cool event overall. I had a lot of fun despite all the orga stress involved. Great to meet again in person, so many friends and all acquaintances. acquaintances. There were a lot of good entries on the competitions as well. There was so much happening that we'll have to cover it by parts. So if I missed coverage of something in particular this week, do check next week's report out for it. The first major event at Revision is the Gala of the Meteoriks Awards. They had 11 categories, which I already covered on previous videos, so I'll just quickly summarize the laureates here. CSI of Moonbase won the New Talent category with a honorable mention to Stefest. On the Outstanding Concept, a statement on the platform wars by Moonbase All-Stars also took the laureate home. Best Executable Graphics was won by Chromatic North by Epoch, by UV of Epoch. Best Old School Production to 1337 by Fairlight. The Best Mid School Production was won by The Mind by Howjob and Sweet 16 for the Pico 8. The best soundtrack was for Wayfinder by his drone ambient cinematic soundscape for Asura by MFX, with an honorable mention to Crystal Dynamics by No Gap No Bacteria. Outstanding technical achievement went to Gosia by Simurai, which did this demo using 4 different SIM cards working together, and also honorable mention to Mariana by Jin X for doing some multi-threading size coding things. Best visuals went to Empires by Conspiracy, with a honorable mention to the Commodore 64 visuals craziness by Extend called a Fish Bump. Best high-end intro went to Starseed by LJ and Purix. Empires by Conspiracy getting the honorable mention on this one in particular. Best direction also went to Asura by MFX, and a follow-up honorary mention, EXO by Nuance, was awarded. Best high-end demo, the highest competition, was won by Stranded by Mad Wizards. That hadn't been nominated on any of the other categories, but had a very solid, cohesive, massive demo, which I personally really liked a lot. So yeah, congratulations to them for winning the laureate at the best high-end demo. Honorable mention to Asura by MFX with their second place demo from Revision last year, getting second place here again as well. The video of the gala is already available on YouTube if you want to check it out at Revision's YouTube channel. And they also released the Meteoriks Watchlist, listing all of the productions that were highly considered for their quality and innovation for the Meteoriks Awards, but didn't quite manage to get nominated in a category. Always nice to have a place to find some hidden gems that you might have missed throughout the years. Linked on both Demozoo and also on Puet, so do check out. The links are below as usual. The next event that I wanted to talk about at Revision is the Shader Showdown Qualifications, which I helped organize and host, and where you sit people down to live code a shader in 25 minutes under a banger DJ set. We had a few newcomers this year, which was really cool to see. It's always nice to see new people taking up this challenge, and we also had some veterans showcasing some new tricks. Peregrine won the first round, Totetmat won the second round, but decided to forfeit his win in favor of Super Rogue, who had come second and had some technical network issues with his entry that might have influenced the voting results. Nusun won the third round by a single point over Writer, and later would also go on to win the final, so congratulations Nusun on that one. And speaking of live coding, we also had a TIC80 jam session with soundtrack by Commander Homer on Saturday afternoon, and then also a shader jam as a VJing service for Lynn Drumm on Sunday afternoon, mid-compo break before the final competition. Fun fact, Revision broke the world record of simultaneous live shader coding participants that was previously held by Inertia. It has now jumped from 33 participants to 38 participants. Congratulations to Revision. There was a nice post-party post about live shader coding written by David and posted on Substack. That is worth a read. I recommend you checking it out. But yeah, there were many other interesting things happening at Revision. One of them was the seminars in particular. I wanted to mention this one first this week, and I'll cover the other ones next week. This one works as a segue to the next section. So just before the Shader Showdown finals at Revision, there was lightning talks on how PC intros are made seminar given by half a dozen active PC size coding Demoscene legends and newcomers alike, which is a great insight on how intros are done in general, showing the different approaches from different developers. I highly recommend you watching this one. And this leads me to the competitions that I wanted to cover this week. The modern PC size coding, starting with the 4K executable graphics competition, where the challenge is to generate a single executable file of maximum 4 kilobytes of file that generates a static image and nothing else. Being static image allows the programmer to apply techniques that would not work smoothly on a full frame rate real-time rendering scenario. So for the past years, Revision has been the highlight event for this niche category of the demo scene. Always very cool to see this category on Revision. And this year the releases did not disappoint as well. All very good and very diversified. You can find the videos of this competition already on YouTube. Same for the 4 kilobyte intro competition, 8 kilobyte intro competition, and 64 kilobyte intro competitions that I will also quickly go over in this next bit. So yeah, let's take a look at those in particular. Starting off with the 4 kilobyte executable graphics, we had 9 entries overall. In 9th place, a collaboration between CSI and Writer, this more abstract graphic design sort of piece. In 8th place, Elite Bug by Evil Ryu of Flex, Chinese demo scener, doing some different things here using both a 3D model and some effects for the background, so nice composition here. In 7th place, a more abstract piece, Mondrian 3D by DotnetSnes, also looking very good. In 6th place, Drinking by Monterman, using some array marching, some references to Mondrian, and some good work on the glass and liquid, which is not very easy to do on computer graphics, as you probably know. In 5th place, A Cold Awakening by P. Malin of Bit Shifters, with this interesting abstract slightly horror fiction piece. A nice little concept there. In 4th place, Burn by Musk of Aberration Creation, with this fractal landscape of sorts. 3rd place, Phoenix Linto by Berkon of Half-Bit Cheese, using his smoke dynamics effect to do the image of a phoenix here. In 2nd place, Quattro by Klaus of K2. Klaus has been doing some very good executable graphics on the last couple of years since he been more active in the demo scene. All of them have this momentum speed thing going for it. This time he went for a more rally type of car. Details on the snow, the lens flares, so many little details. I really loved this entry. Very good job, Klaus. And the winner was Heritages by Iapa Photo, which is a relatively newcomer to the demo scene. He first participated last year in the 4 kilobyte intro competition. Didn't place very well because there were a lot of competitions on it, but he had a very good release there with a robot not very dissimilar to this one that he used here for this composition. So a good return from him here, doing this concept piece of the robot learning to use a sew machine. A lot of details on the rust and the materials used there, and an obvious reference to the Revision background. So yeah, very good image that ended up winning the competition. Congratulations, Yapa Photo, on this win in particular. Then we should take a look at the PC 4 kilobyte intro competition. Always very high quality at Revision as well. This year also had a lot of good qualities, a lot of them, and good quality at the same time. The ones that were a bit more abstract and basic were these last ones. 3D Coming Soon by Stellar and Doc Raven Dark. RGB Balls by Kamila Sveznik. Also by Camila, we also had Nighttime Lake, which was a single shader effect. Very good looking, but not really doing much, but still 1 kilobyte intro, so not bad. In the 11th place, Vitrage by Altiga had some very nice remarching lighting on it. Very basic sort of scene, but did have some progression and storytelling for a 4K, which can be kind of hard to put into the intro. So good work by Altiga on this one. In 10th place, Vestige by Writer of Erfolia, probably one of the more memorable releases for the party. Very abstract, very raw, very lengthy, but people really respected that. I remember 20 years ago when we had this kind of releases, people would start booing and stuff, but nowadays they kind of respect it a lot more. People applauded, they liked it, and yeah, I was very happy for Writer. Really good intro, especially because it's in 4K. The sound has a lot of complexity to it for the generation. The visuals are very abstract. They're kind of simple in a way. They don't complicate much, but considering the constraints of the 4K, I believe it has good diversity. But yeah, it really reminded me a lot of the abstract intros that I used to do in Minimal Artifact, or the abstract demos even. I never did a 4K like this. So yeah, congratulations, writer, on this one. In 9th place, Planet X by Friol, with this more planet-based scene structure and also some pseudo-landscape clouds on it. In 8th place, Mycosphere Rising by Newson, exploring some pointillism effects. In 7th place, Rasterize by Theron, coming all the way from the United States to participate in person at Revision with this fast-made entry. Didn't feel like completely polished, just a basic 3D scene and some music thrown into it. But yeah, good effort, and welcome to the demo scene. I hope to see more entries from you in the future. Dipping Deep Dub Drop by Brainless Coders and Rebels. It surprised me for the soundtrack. I was not expecting something dubby coming from Schlumpy or Pestis. So yeah, that was interesting in that regard. The visuals were kind of common for the demo scene, just a fractal kind of landscape thing. In 5th place, Tenacity by Latitude Independent Association, one of my favorites from the competition as well. Good scene, good music. They had some momentum scene changes there as well, so had some progression in the intro. Very solid 4K there by LIA. In 4th place, Axel, he had One Job by Nuance with this little short story. I liked the fact that he had a full story within it and different little elements to it. I think that really gave it extra points on the voting in particular. In 3rd place, HBC 00024 Incendium by Brainless Coders and Half-Bit Cheese, exploring this smoke effect by doing some very colorful and interesting visuals with it. Very good, solid 4K intro as well. In 2nd place, Chromatophores by Loonies. I would guess very highly influenced by Empires of Conspiracy from that one the last year, 64K. They wanted to do like a 4K version of it. The visuals are sort of similar. They use a lot of particles, a lot of this blurring effect, depth of vision sort of effect. The music is not the same, but it has its own unique twist to it. So a very interesting release, a good return of Loonies to the 4KB intro competition. They had already participated last year, so it's not really a comeback, but yeah, good to see Loonies still active on the 4K competition. And the winner was Exer by LJ, this very spooky, creepy kind of lost videotape or found videotape in the woods kind of aesthetic, Blair Witch sort of vibe to it. Really creepy, really moody. I really liked, and the quantity of content that he manages to pack into it. There are trees, there are terrains, there are structures, there are shapes of people crammed in there for 4KB, fully packed with stuff, and also has all the little sound effects and audio that you can hear. So yeah, very good 4KB intro by LJ. Congratulations, I think a worthy winner of the competition. Moving on to the 8KB intro competition, usually doesn't get as many entries as the 4KB does. It's an intro category that is more popular at Revision. It stemmed from people being a bit concerned that the 4KB limit would not really let them explore a full-fledged demo. With 8K you have more room for multiple scenes, for better audio, for better models, so it gives you room to improve on your storytelling compared to the 4K. I think this year we had a few good intros that really justified the use of the full 4K. This was not one of them. Farian made in 5KB couldn't quite get compressed into 4. Just another Finland's Farian by Jumalauta. In 9th place, We Are All by The Pets Mode. Really cool to see TPM doing some shader coding stuff. They're more known for having done stuff for for the MSX and old school machines. So they're really cool to see them in more modern hardware as well. In 8th place, Train of Time by Multi-Generation, doing some nice little track generation and wheels of sorts, creating this model of a train of sorts, and also had sound on it. The Circle by Rebels and Defeco, based around the shape of the circle. In 6th place, FR095 or Farbflausch by Farbrausch. I guess it's a bit of a follow-up to their Deadline intro. It felt like similar vibes to them. A very interesting intro as well, fitting into 8 kilobytes. In 5th place, The Reunion by Fulcrum. And a very interesting storyline behind it. I think the rendering kind of missed a little bit on the early phases, which is where you kind of leave your first impression of the intro. At the ender part, it looked a bit better. This scene in particular was pretty well built and pretty well designed. So yeah, I do like the slow evolution that Fulcrum has been doing throughout the years on doing size-coding things with more attention to direction and detail, but didn't quite hit the spot on this intro in particular. Hope to see more things from them in the future. In 4th place, Perspective by Altiga, using a very interesting rendering trick where you put into the screen modeling the previous image that you got, and you can do some interesting perspective changes using that trick. So nice little intro by Altiga exploring that. In 3rd place, Pak Quack by Archie. Archie has been known for doing some things, some demos and intros in the past where he synchronizes music with actions very well. And not just synchronizing them in sync, but also pre-computing the path of things so they are in sync with a sound that is driven. And he reused that concept here with the ducks going around and eating the little things. So a very funny little intro. I think it worked. It missed some polish, but a good concept altogether and a very funny execution. In 2nd place, The Sheep and the Biker by Control Alt Test. Also a funny little story. I did like the narrative and that they reused previous elements from their previous intros. The sheep in particular, the motorcycle from Deadline, I remember seeing that released there. They mixed both of those elements and created like continuous story that they had already done before. It even has like a funny little twist there. So good to see Control Alt Test still doing 8Ks and creating this world lore around their creations, which I think is good. It gives more value. People, when they see the next Control Alt Test release, they will remember these kind of things and associate it with the Control Alt Test label. So yeah. And the winner was Dune by Alcatraz. Again, LJ doing this masterpiece, an homage to Dune, the movie that's been remade recently. A lot of architecture on it, a lot of good cinematic feeling to it. A massive worm, a sandworm, massive buildings, very moody lighting, and it was just great. Clear winner for me of the competition, without a doubt. I'm a fan of Dune myself. I read all the books, I watched all the movies, and I really think it gave it justice and it did a very good job on it. So yeah, congratulations, well-deserved winner. And this brings us to the PC64K intro competition. Only 4 entries there, but quite a few high-quality ones. In 4th place, First by Dr. Snuggles, a little invitation intro to a Shadow Party happening in France in the summer. Then we had Untitled by Quadtrip, a fun little joke using the full window of the display to do some effects and some scrollers. So nice little idea. And then we had the best intros on the competition, in my opinion. Summoning by John and Doc, a very banger of soundtrack, very good visuals, very tight 64K intro that and also made for Linux, which is not a very common platform for 64 kilobyte intros, which makes it harder to develop all the tools required to generate the procedural audio and models and things, and also compress them into a sizable container. So yeah, extra effort put into that, but I think it was quite worthwhile, a banger intro for a Linux here. And then the winner entry, Tension by Anima and Digital Dynamite. They recreated an original animation video made some 12-15 years ago, something like that, by this Hungarian group called Anima. The original was very good, has this very cinematic, abstract feeling to it, with the whole countdown, the different effects of things happening, the robots, the cars flying around. So a lot of models to pack into 64K. The music was completely remade using their own synth. Textures were also all generated. The geometry was all regenerated. So a lot of effort put into packing this original movie into a single executable 64K intro. So yeah, congratulations, very good job, strong intro by Anima and Digital Dynamite. So yeah, a lot of high quality modern PC size coding releases at Revision this year. I hope you enjoyed this little coverage of them. I'll leave the coverage of the other Demoscene competitions that happen at Revision for next week. The last thing that I wanted to link to you today is the Revision Afterparty page containing links to all the post-party information you might need. And if you missed something live during the party, all of the things are available on their YouTube channel as well. So go check there. All the competitions are there. The seminars are there, the events are there, so catch up with things, and I'll be back next week for covering the remaining competitions. So yeah, that's it for this week's report. See you next week for more Revision coverage. If you found something interesting in this video, please don't forget to like, subscribe, share the link with a friend, and maybe even donate me something through patreon.com/psenough to support all of the work that I do preparing these videos. Other than that, go rewatch some demos. Have a great day. Take care.